welcome to Frank and Drew Review, Season 1, Episode 3. So, we realized that we kind of made a less than thrilling episode last time. We are learning, so bear with us through this learning experience. Like this, we have a second camera today. Look at that.
We're fancy.
We might have a little B-roll later. We're gonna really try and do it. So, first thing, we're gonna just give you a little update on the catch can. So, Frank did some stuff, cut some stuff.
Yes, I did. I used my laser cutter at work. Designed this in Inventor. Had to export the DXFs in Inventor. Bring them into AutoCAD Electrical. Flatten them. Reverse the rotation of the cut lines. Then I could bring them into my laser software. And finally, I had my machinist Rob cut it out. And as you can see, with the exception of the fact that I can't bend anything, it fits pretty good. It's not so bad. It's not welded, though. And that's because my pedal on my welder has died. I thought I fixed it. I was wrong. Not so good. Well, we'll get back to that some other day.
So, yeah. That'll be coming up. So sorry to keep you waiting on that. But we do have some current events we want to talk about. First thing, I saw an article on Car and Driver. Mm-hmm. And apparently Honda's Legend is going to be the first level 3 autonomous car, approved autonomous car, which is kind of interesting. I saw the meme that goes with it, like Elon Musk intensifies. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. Because I mean, like Tesla Autopilot is
pretty good. For level
good.
2, yeah.
Yeah, so
but not level 3.
But I mean, I wouldn't have guessed that Honda would have been the first to go level 3. I didn't even know that they were like
playing the game.
See, yeah, exactly.
I didn't know they were involved.
So that's cool. So I mean, level 3 means it doesn't really need you, right?
Right.
It's just
does its own thing.
So for people out there who don't really care about autonomous cars, that Honda can literally drive you. It doesn't care if you're there or not.
One small note. This is for lease in Japan, so we're kind of f***ed, but that's okay.
Yeah, good thing we got that bleep. Maybe we'll get like the beer opening sound for the bleep. Or I thought we had a good idea for that anyway. But
we'll get to that.
Yeah. So next, this year's F1 liveries have been released, and that was an article on Jalopnik, and
which one's your favorite, and why is it the Alpine?
Yeah, I mean, we'll see if we can get a screenshot of that on there, but yeah, that is just so good. But I mean, other ones that were okay.
They're all good.
I like the kind of retro vibe the Haas the car had.
Yep.
Kind of like 80s 90s vibes on it.
The new Petronas with the black, I think that works a lot better than the silver did.
Yeah.
All the colors in general. Oh, Aston Martin for sure. That green.
Oh, it's so good.
That's the good stuff.
Yep, and we'll see Sebastian driving that.
That's crazy.
Whatever.
He
had everything going for him at Red Bull, and he's like, "Nah, I want to drive for Ferrari." I mean, who can blame him, right?
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, I can't really blame him there.
And then not doing so good at Ferrari, so maybe Aston Martin is the answer. So yeah, that'll be interesting to check out for sure. Lastly, another article on Jalopnik talking about the new KLR, and this could be foreshadowing for a future Frank and Drew review episode.
Indeed. I always loved the KLR, but now it has fuel injection, so it's not like it's made in 1982.
Which, I mean, the last generation literally was. So
yes. It's been around for a long time. They fixed the doohickey, allegedly, which is crucial. And that's pretty much it. It's very heavy, which I am slightly concerned about, but we'll see how that goes.
Yep. So that's exciting stuff. So little cars, little motorcycles, little current events. So we'll get to today's topic, which is the best car features that may or may not exist anymore. So a lot of them don't exist anymore.
That's the issue, yeah, for sure. So one of my favorites is Targa tops and T-tops and anything like that. You know, it's just something that doesn't really exist nearly as much as it used to, with the notable exceptions of the new the A90 Supra and the C8 Corvette. Everything else is just missing.
Is there anything better than taking the T-tops off a third-gen Trans Am, Camaro, whatever, and just blasting Rush?
That's America in essence. There's nothing more American than that.
One of my favorite memories from Potsdam.
Let down the mullet and light up a Marb Red and crack your PBR. And that is America
Get a
as
little
God
wild right
intended.
there. But yeah, so yeah, T-tops definitely cool. Target tops. I mean, like 911s. Target top 911
yeah, for
is
sure.
Very nice. Way better than a convertible.
Yeah, nobody wants that.
I mean, just because you still get the body lines of a coupe, kind of, but you still have no
Open
roof
air,
when you're
right?
when you're driving, which is
Crucial.
pretty cool.
I also especially like the rear glass on the Targas, because it wraps around and stuff. It's pretty fancy.
that is pretty cool.
Some other notables include the NSX, both the 1992 original and current versions. Lotus Elise, that's obviously just you gotta include the
That's good
Elise
stuff.
And then one of the other ones, Porsche 914. So that's a really funny shaped car, and I think it works really well.
I think they look super cool. And they are, you're right, they are pretty funky looking. And I don't know if I ever want to get an accident one because I feel like you literally cut it in half.
Probably.
But they're pretty cool. And it kind of segues into the next feature that you don't see anymore. Pop-up headlights.
Who doesn't love pop-up headlights?
I mean, who doesn't want to relive the 80s?
Yeah,
right?
I mean, I own a Pontiac Fiero, so I obviously love pop-up headlights. But there's lots of other cool cars that have pop-up headlights. Porsche 928.
Which those are pop-up headlights. Those are
crazy little round bucket thing.
Yeah.
That's something. We obviously have, Miata is always the answer. Yes, they have pop-up headlights, the early ones, the NA.
Yeah.
BMW 850 IS, if you need a lift, Will Smith, getting jiggy with it. RX-7s, A86s, OG Honda Preludes, lots of cool stuff. Firebirds, again, third gen, let down your mullet. America.
Yep.
All good stuff. So,
What's next on the list?
rollover headlights.
I am not familiar with a rollover headlight.
There's very few. I can think of the Opel GT, kind of the baby Corvette.
Yep.
And of that same similar era, C3 Corvettes. They don't actually flip per se; they roll, which is really weird when you watch them in action.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like the car literally rolls over, and then there's like some headlights just to let you know we're having a problem over here. Could you maybe give me a help?
I mean, they were too slow to actually roll over, but if they were fast, I could see that happening for sure.
Cue like Dukes of Hazzard flying through the air or something ridiculous, but anyway.
Oh, for sure. Next, we've got some hood vents.
Functional or non-functional hood vents?
Oh, functional for sure.
Okay.
So I'm thinking specifically like, Ferrari F40 with NACA ducts. I'm thinking S15 Silvia with the crazy Zenki hood. All those GTLM cars and JGTC cars from that era. All the Japanese cars, just giant vents everywhere.
Yep.
Looked ridiculous. Love it. Also, why I have a hood vent on my Fiero, because I'm white trash and I'm in trouble.
Like, a new like Kia Stinger, which just has like plastic.
Yeah, you don't.
Looks like a kind of hood vent.
Almost a vent? Yeah.
Not functional. Not cool. Has to be functional to count.
Absolutely. Functional vents, crucial. The same goes for like brake ducts, exhaust tips. That's a very common problem on
To
new
quote the
cars.
Straight Pipes 2020 reel.
Yeah. Shove a stick in the exhaust. If it, goes in, you're good. If it doesn't, it's fake.
Yep.
Useless. Ain't nobody got time for
No
that.
bueno.
No, sir. What else do we got here? So, rear steering. That was a really popular thing in the late 80s, early 90s that never really caught on, and I don't fully understand why.
Well, it's now on like the new 8 series in A8. I'm sure the S-Class.
Yeah,
has
I mean, the mid 2000s, I remember them putting it on like the GMC trucks to make it easier to turn and stuff like that. I thought that made tons of sense, but nobody bought
it's
them.
kind of gone away except for like the super uber, like I'd say like a 5 Series E-Class and up.
Yeah, Porsches, they have electronic steering in the back now too.
Yeah.
It's pretty neat how they do it. But yeah, it never really caught on. Like, I'm specifically thinking of stuff like the Skylines with Hikis or with Mitsubishi Evos and AYC, stuff like that.
I'm sure nobody knows what that means. I have no idea what that
That's
means.
fine. That's fine. Active yaw control.
But talk about adding a huge level of complexity for a very small performance
That
or
is true.
usability gain. I mean,
in all fairness, the four-wheel steer Honda Prelude was the best steering car that year. It was the fastest car in the slalom. But then they stopped making it, and nobody really missed it because nobody really bought it. So it's kind of one of those things that it's really cool, but it doesn't take off.
okay, that's fair. It is cool, but yeah, do we miss it?
No,
No,
not really.
okay.
Not really. Not particularly. You know what I do miss, though? Cool colors on cars instead of gray, tan, white, beige.
Well, like every German car ever,
Duh.
except Volkswagen. Well,
Volkswagen
used to.
Volkswagen had this great idea that they were going to let you get your Golf R custom painted in what they called their Spectrum colors. And there were 40 of them, and they were bright and beautiful, and you guessed it, nobody bought them. So they discontinued that. Go figure.
Why don't people buy cool things? Or like cool cars? Or like manual transmissions?
Oh, that's a big sad. Yeah, I didn't
That-
even put that on the list, and that's
Too obvious.
that's
Because
yeah.
there are still cars you can buy with a manual transmission, but they are giving fewer and far in between.
For sure. Although Volkswagen did
Tier.
say that they were going to continue the manual on the GTI and the Golf R
Which is
indefinitely,
Which
just
is
as an
good.
option at a minimum, which is a very important
you use a
step.
custom
I think.
order one. If you want
Yeah.
one, you can still get one.
I think that's important.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean,
If you couldn't buy a GTI with a manual transmission, what's the point of living anymore? Let's be honest.
that's fair.
It's just not fun. Just not fun. What else? One of my personal favorites, only because I owned one, was a 1990 Chevy Silverado. And the interior color specifically, because it was red. Everything.
Red on
Everything.
red on red.
Carpet, red. Dash, red. Seat, red. Bench seat. Always fun. Red, obviously. It was so much, and I can't think of a single other car that decided, yeah, you know what we're going to do? We're going to make the interior all red. Ever. I mean, I'm sure it's been done with, like, Mercedes SLs and stuff like that. But,
Or like the OG like dictator
Going-
cars, or
Yeah.
just
but it
leather
just...
everything and just make it all the same color.
Yeah, this was a base model truck. It cost $9,000. It was red.
Yeah, that's like the bold colors of like the 90s and the 80s are just
They've just gone
kind
away.
of cool.
Gone away. Makes me sad. But that's okay, because we live in 2021.
That's right.
Good stuff.
Where you can have any color interiors you want as long as it's black or tan.
Sometimes red. Like,
Occasionally.
sorry, cinnamon. BMW. Thanks.
So what's our cap off on the list here? I can't read that far away.
That's all I got.
Oh, that's it.
That's all I got. So what are your favorite car features that don't exist anymore? Or maybe they do. Let us know in the comments below.
Yep, and hopefully this video is a step in the right direction. Yeah, last time was not so great. So again, let us know how we can improve. Like I know I'm trying to look at the cameras more. We got one here, one over here now,
Yep. We got notes. We had a plan.
which is 10 times better than last time.
We
But
wrote things down. We're doing stuff. We're drinking beer. Life is good.
yeah, life is great. So yeah, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know when we kind
Do
of
the thing.
do this.
Yeah.
And cheers. See you next time.